Hello, Sunday night soul timers. It's the first Sunday night soul time in a while. First one of 2024. How's the year been treating you? Mine came in hot. A lot of stuff I won't get into now, but feels like we're already midway through the year, not a month in. I'll just leave it at that. But all good things. Well, not all good things, but um, lessons learned are always good. So anyway, I'm so happy to be back with you. If you're new to Sunday Night Soul Time, this is a little video newsletter I do for subscribers to Women's Purpose Community website or my own Jessica Joins website. And it's really designed to help you enter the week ahead from a place of thriving, from a place of empowerment. For years when I was in corporate 9 to 5, I would get like the Sunday scaries. I'm sure if you're watching this, maybe you have too, where it's that Sunday night and you start dreading the week ahead. Many ways because you're not loving what you do for work, right? Like that's a big clue there. Or you're just overwhelmed because you have so much on your plate. We live in this energy of addiction to doing, constantly doing, this kind of feeling of this need to constantly be producing, to putting something out there, to achieving, and it runs us dry. And it causes things like burnout, which is truly an epidemic on many levels in the US, at least. So I created these with the intention of helping you to enter into the week from a place of more grounding and from a place of reminding you that you choose. You choose what you're creating. You choose what you're putting out. You're not a victim to this world unless you choose it to be. So what we do is I always introduce a topic mirroring the topic work that we do within the Women's Purpose community each month and giving you just a little sneak peek into some of the work that we do there. So in the community, we started off the year in January and we've been continuing it into February, focused on the topic of the letting go, AKA surrender, and exploring how the more you let go, the more you receive on so many fronts, the more you let go, the more that the universe gives to you, the more that you surrender to the flow of life, to the universe's way of doing things, the more balance you receive. You step into alignment with cycles of nature, with your divine destiny. It's truly our own minds that really get in the way of all the things that are available to us, of all the good that's available to us. So surrender is very much like surrender to divine will, right? And I'll tell you, like divine will is where it's at. Years ago, I thought like that was a bad thing. Like, God's will versus my will. Like, oh no, my will's the better way. And what I came to realize is that my definition of God or a higher power, I had to adjust that in order to see and surrender to the fact that when I'm in God's will, like everything is incredible. Abundance overflows, love overflows, ease and grace overflows, that things happen in ways that I couldn't conceptualize. And they're so much better, so much easier. God's will is truly like for us to be in total joy and happiness. Okay. So when I get myself out of the way and just surrender to what is and let, a higher power, energy, universe lead and guide me, I live in fulfillment. I live in my soul purpose. I live in abundance. I live in happiness. And again, it's this spiritual lesson that we're all on. It's this head versus heart conflict. The more aligned you are with the thinking mind, if that's the driving force in your life, then you're more in your will and often going against like all the good things that are available to you. So within the community this month, we've been really working with this Eckhart Tolle quote, which I'm going to paraphrase for you. And Eckhart Tolle defines surrender as the profound wisdom of yielding to, rather than opposing the flow of life. And it can be really simple things. So I live in Los Angeles, traffic is crazy here. I was driving to something last night. I did not make it to this thing because I got stuck. An accident happened. I got stuck in what was about to turn into an hour plus drive that should have been a 20-minute drive. And I really wanted to be at this thing. And, I felt myself right away starting to get upset. And I'm like, well, this is insane. I'm opposing the flow of life. The flow of life right now is that this isn't happening. Traffic is, in fact, traffic's not flowing. And, I can choose to oppose that and not be in acceptance of it, not be surrendered to it, and cause myself a lot of unnecessary pain and angst. I can just accept that this is what is and do something else with that time. So it's a really simple way. On the big stuff, right? It's like you're typically just opposing yourself when you're opposing the flow of life. So you are blocking your dreams. You are blocking incredible things to come in because you can't get your fear-based thinking mind out of the way. And you are then attracting what that fear-based mind is thinking about. So that's the quote we've been working with. And so I want to invite you, like, where are you opposing the flow of life? And what I want to invite you to do, and as we do this work during the next month, is to really think about for yourself, like, what's one area of my life I really want to focus on surrendering this year, letting go. And a great way to identify and pick that area is, what's the area of your life you're most in fear about? What's the area of your life that you spend the most time thinking and obsessing about? Okay. Where in the thing that you're thinking and obsessing the most about, you're doing it because there's a conflict there between your head and your heart. Your heart's saying one thing, but your mind is afraid and trying to hold on and keeping you out of the destiny of your soul, which is your heart and where that's guiding you. I did it for years. Okay. With stepping into soul purpose and doing this work now. My heart really wanted this. My head said, not possible, not possible. So I had to surrender and let go to the flow, and here I am. So I want to invite you to pick the one area of your life that you'd like to focus on surrendering to this year and letting go of this year. And I suggest you pick it by the one that you're the most worried about, the one that you spend the most time thinking about. Okay. So pick the area. That's step one in this. Okay. And then number two, I want you to ask yourself every day for a little while, every day. This is a day at a time thing. Am I willing to surrender to this today? Am I willing to surrender this today? And surrender does not mean giving up. It does not mean, defeat. It means letting go of your ideas about it, your fear about it, and what you think is supposed to happen about it. It means stop trying to control it and let the universe guide it. Let the universe take it over. Let it be, it will. Get your hands and your mind off of it and let something better come. Okay. So ask yourself every day, step two, if you're willing. And then number three, if you're willing, that's the first question. Number three, what I invite you to do every day is a really simple, okay, I'm willing, I'm handing it over. And this can be a visual in your mind. This can be a prayer. This can be a literal, like you feel like you're just doing this and handing it over. But do that. Take surrender is not something you achieve. It's something you practice. Okay. It's not a one and done it. So everything that I'm giving to you right now is practice it a day at a time. And all of a sudden, one day you'll wake up and you're like, I surrendered this thing and it turned out better than I could have ever imagined. Okay. So one, identify the area of your life. Two, just ask yourself if you're willing. If you even have a little bit of willingness, that's okay. And then step three, hand it over. And then number four is there surrendered action? And sometimes surrender and do that just and ask, like, is there anything from a place of surrender and trust that I can move on towards this today in a different way than I was thinking? And a lot of times that will be to do nothing. On the flip, it could be something that you've had a fear of doing a long time because this has been getting in the way. And now you're going to really take the action or the leap that is in accordance with your heart because you know that's what the surrendered action is. I've surrendered my fear on it. This is what I know I've been needing to do. I'm not waiting any longer. But a lot of times, surrendered action will be to just let go and do nothing. Surrendered action, in some ways, though, it's thinking could be, I'm just not going to think about this today. Okay, so let's review those. I invite you to pick one area of your life, the one that's given you the most angst, the one you're most obsessing, thinking about. Are you willing to surrender and hand this over? Oh, there's some balloons. There we go. Nice AI on Zoom. Love it. Okay, we'll just go with that. And then number 3, hand it over. Okay, hand it over. And then 4, ask if there's any surrendered action. So we're going to continue this. I want to wish you all a beautiful week as you go into your week. Just really think about entering it from a place of trust, of letting go. You don't need to do it all. You don't need to carry it all. How can you surrender a little bit of yourself, your agenda, that fear just for today? That's the question. Okay. Bye for now.